All right, here we go. Today we have singer and actor Rotimi in the building, man. We're finally doing it.
Finally doing it, brother. Everything good.
Yeah, welcome to Vlad TV.
Hey, Mr. Butterscotch is here, brother.
Congratulations on all your success, man. It's one thing to be successful on the acting side, but to also do it on the singing side, it's almost like things work against you.
Yes.
You know, I think people pigeonhole you into one place. So when you try to branch out, I think you almost have to work twice as hard in order to be successful, and you've done both. So congratulations.
Thank you so much, brother. Yeah, it's an internal battle, man, because people want to keep you one place, and then you have to work double hard than the people that you're trying to get to. So it's always being efficient is the main thing. So I'm happy that I'm doing it, though.
What's your first time here? I want to start in the very beginning.
Okay.
So you were born in Maplewood, New Jersey?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Born and raised in Maplewood, New Jersey. First generation Nigerian. Mama and dad, super spiritual. They came over when they were in their 20s, didn't come from much. For me, you know, so they basically had it where I had no excuses but to be great because they were great. My mom was homeless, dad was homeless, mom ended up graduating from Columbia University and has her Ph.D. My dad went to Rutgers, investment banking. So they instilled hard work in me early, you know, and then my mom, as a prayer warrior, when she was pregnant with me, she said that Bob Marley had visited her when she was 6 months pregnant and said that your son is going to finish my legacy. So when that happened for her, you know, being a Nigerian woman, it was like, okay, my son's either going to be a politician because Bob Marley was really a politician, but also he could have been a musician. And in the Nigerian culture, it's really not normal for you to be anything but a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer. Those are the three, brother. So when you have those and you step out on just creativity, you know, it's not normal. So for mom, she started hearing me sing when I was about 3 years old, and she was like, "Oh wow, my son is a little different." And her first thing was, "I'm gonna manage you. We don't have that much money, but I'm gonna manage you." And I know a lot of Nigerian moms and aunts and uncles that are getting married. So I'm gonna take you across Connecticut and Philly and all these places where I was a wedding singer. So I was singing at weddings at 3, 4 years old, and that's when I fell in love with just the reaction of how people were just gravitating towards what I was doing, you know. And then if you know anything about Nigerian weddings, you'll know that they throw money. So money's thrown, everything is a celebration. So they're looking at me like, oh, okay. So then I started seeing my mom getting all the money. I'm like, oh, so we could feed ourselves with this, you know? And so that never left me. But as I got older, my mom and my dad were super in my life. And just playing sports and then realizing that I couldn't shake the music, you know? And then when I was 15, I went to the Apollo Theater and ended up winning. And just from there, it was like, okay, you can really do this. And then Jay-Z's Nephews just came into town. So it was beautiful. But as a kid, man, it was just really, really about learning who I was as a man, learning who I was as an artist early, and just learning who I am, you know, to this day. So it was beautiful just to set the grounds with just knowing that my parents had my back, you know?
Well, I'm an immigrant myself.
Yeah.
So I understand the immigrant mentality.
Yeah, yes.
You know, I moved from the Ukraine. It was the USSR at the time. So I'm not even first generation. I'm immigrant.
Yeah.
So I understand, you know, dealing with immigrant parents and kind of the hustle is just a little bit different.
Yeah, it is. It is, bro.
It's a little bit different.
Yeah.
And Nigerians are really interesting to me. I mean, people have called them the Jews of Africa.
Yeah. And the funny thing is my dad, so investment banking for me was what I learned, like how to save money, how to be super alert with how you spend it. Also just knowing that it's not about just the now, you know? My dad had the 20-20, you know, 40 rule where it was like, 20-20-60 rule where it's like 30-30-30. So save, spend, and then also just focus on the now. And I realized that early because I see a lot of my friends would get, if their parents give them $200 or something, they'll be, yo, I'm about to get these Jordans, da-da-da-da-da. Me, I was like, I got $200, so what could I do? Well, I do like this snack. Okay, cool. I want some socks. Ooh, damn, let me put 100 away because I will get those Jordans early. So this is what I was doing at 7 years old, money management because of my father. But the immigrant mindset, brother, will make you realize that it's like fight or flight in every situation. You know what I mean? And it makes you just go harder than the normal person, for sure.
Nigerians are also interesting to me because out of all the Africans I've met over the years, all the Nigerians I've known over the years have either been like Ph.D. scientists, major real estate guys, or gangsters.
Yeah.
I have yet to meet a middle-class Nigerian in all these years. You see what I'm saying? They're either super rich or super gangster.
Yeah.
Like nowhere in the middle. It's like always extreme on one way or another. Do you know what I'm talking about?
100%, bro, because we're bred that way. There is no normalcy with us. We gotta go. if this is what if I'm gonna be a gangster, I'm going to be the biggest gangster and the smartest gangster. If I'm gonna be a scammer, I'm gonna scam everybody out their shit. If I want to be a lawyer, I'm gonna win every case. And that's how we're bred, because everything is just about excellence, 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 excellence. So, shout out to all my West Africans, East Africans, because you get the opportunity. It's like, I want to take advantage of this. And that's what's instilled in us early, bro. Early. Like, failing is not an option. I feel like for you as well, when you come to a new country and it's like, I've seen what my parents had to do, it's like, I have no reason to fail, So that was ingrained early, bro. Early.
All right, the infamous Hush Puppy. You know about him?
Yeah, I know. Hush, yeah.
That's one of yours. He's Nigerian.
I mean, yeah. We gotta claim it. We gotta claim him. Yeah,
you gotta claim it. He got 11 years in prison for scamming millions and millions and millions and flaunting it on the internet.
Yeah. We're gonna go out with a bang. We're gonna make sure y'all know it's us.
Right. Okay. So you're growing up, in New Jersey, and you had touched on this before. You met Jay-Z's nephews.
Yeah.
And you guys form a group called NBH.
Yes, sir.
What does that stand for?
Natural Born Hustlers.
Natural Born Hustlers.
Yes, sir.
And you guys start performing together, and you actually start auditioning for Jay-Z, like on the weekends?
Yeah. So right before that, so me and my best friend, we were like known already all around town as the kids that just performed everywhere. So we were killing every talent show. We were killing every community college, anything that we could get, our YMC, everything we were doing. So we were known as the R&B kid with the hip hop guys. So I was always in a group. So they moved in and they were like, yo, we want to start working with whoever's dope out here. Shout out to Ramel, Jarrell, and Spanky and all them. But and J-Dot. So it was more so like, who's lit? And I was like, all right. Everybody kept saying Rotimi and J-Dot. So we got in the group and they were like, yo, my uncle's starting, Jay-Z starting a label called Rock Nation, so we want to get on that. And so it was like, really, we have a chance we can possibly get on? He was like, yeah, but we're a nephew, so we got to work harder than everybody else. So everybody, every day after school, meet up, and we're going to have to write 2-3 songs a day. And then when we feel comfortable enough, we're gonna bring what we have and we gotta perform it in front of my uncle when we get to his condo in New York. So I was like, all right, cool. And me, I'm super competitive, bro. So my thing is, I'm not gonna fail. You're not gonna make a fool out of me. If I'm getting the opportunity of a lifetime to work with, arguably the greatest rapper of all time, we're gonna kill it. And so we're about 15, 16 years old. So that's when I was like, okay, one, we're already known as the guys that are dope. But now they're saying that they want us, we gotta go crazy. So Monday, wrote 4 songs. Tuesday, wrote 3 songs. Wednesday, wrote 5 songs. So now we're going down there with 15 songs thinking that he's gonna love every song. So we get down there, bro, we're chilling. He's like, and just when he walked in, he was like, yo, what you got for me? And I'm pretty sure 3 of us forgot our lyrics at first. We were like, shit. All right, man, this is gonna be crazy. So then we're realizing, okay, either fight or flight, and this is where I remember my mom's voice in my head, like, yo, when opportunities come, you gotta kill it, man. So we're sitting there, he's like, yo, Ro, what you got for me? And so I remember, I'll never forget, me and Sam Hook, shout out to Sam Hook as well. Me and Sam Hook go, and we think we kill it, And he's like, that's trash. So it's like I spent 3 weeks writing this motherfucker. Oh my God, you know? So I'm like, all right, cool. And I remember asking like, why? And he was like, well, the lyrics didn't connect to me. He said, go back and write it again. So boom. So now everybody else is performing. Me and Sam are kind of just writing out, scribbling what we're doing. At that time, we go back and we perform it again. And he's like, that's what I'm talking about. I love that. I love that. So there's so many lessons in those moments. And we did that maybe 3 or 4 more times. And by the time we had finished that whole process with Hove, I became a better writer. I was confident. You know, one of the best have said that, yo, you have a lot of talent. This is what you should be doing. And when we chose those records, bro, we're taking those songs and going to high schools and colleges and talent shows, and we're winning everything. So when I realized that, 1, Ro, you need a lot of work, so put the work in. 2, you know, you already got the cosign. And 3, you got to work harder than everybody because you're alongside his nephews and they have a bullseye on their back. So you have to be elite. So those lessons I learned really, really, really early, man. I'm really grateful for that, because from 15 years old to 17 years old, I was refining my gift and I had super guidance, you know, at that point.